Hey folks, this is Deron Smallcomb, supervising attorney at Modern Law Group. Today I'm in beautiful Miami, Florida. It's one of my favorite places to be. It's one of my favorite offices, and we have several throughout the country. So if you ever want to stop by here in Miami, New York, Chicago, Dallas, San Diego, you let us know. We'll be happy to see you. Just let us know in advance and we'll book you an appointment. Today I'm going to talk about family-based immigration, but specifically with respect to bringing a spouse or a fiance or keeping a spouse or fiance in the United States. This is probably our most common question that we're asked is, how do I get my loved one here, or how do I keep them here? What's best, right? I love the what's best question. It's a very open-ended question, and it does take a little bit of analysis. So let me kind of run you through how we do the analysis a little bit, and maybe it'll help you decide what's best for you. Whether we help you or not at Modern Law Group, we want you to have a smooth and a successful journey in your immigration endeavors, and wish you the best, and hopefully this will help you out in that process. All right, so what's best? First of all, you have to ask yourself whether you have a fiance or you have a spouse. That really matters, okay? Because if you're already married, then we could throw out the fiance visa, okay? So let me back up. There's a fiance visa, there's a marriage visa, and there's what they call the adjustment of status. And the adjustment of status means that your person is already here legally and you want to keep them here, whether you're married or not, okay? So if you are already married, then option one, fiance visa's out. If you're not already married, then okay, let's look at what's going to be best. So the first thing you're going to ask yourself if you're not married is, of course, have you met in person with your fiance? That's number one. You've got to have met in person. And it will really depend a lot on what country your fiance is from, whether that meeting is going to happen there or here in the United States. More often than not, it's probably going to be in their country. Not everybody can come to the United States. It's really difficult to get a visa to come and visit here. And people that come here unlawfully don't have options like people that come here legally do. So to obtain a visa from a country, let's say like Philippines to the United States, or Thailand or Russia or Ukraine or something like that, it's really difficult to do. And if you're not able to obtain a visa to come here, which is going to be the case for most single people that aren't wealthy and don't have a strong travel history, then you're going to end up going there to see them. Okay, so you're going to go to their country, and if you're going to go there for a week or two and meet in person, you're probably not going to get married. You could, if that's what you want to do, and then we could do a spousal petition. But if you're going to go and you've got a week or two off of work, okay, that's going to be your fiance. You're going to have that meeting in person, and that's going to be a huge qualification aspect when it comes to filing for that particular visa. All right, so to get a fiance visa, you need to be a U.S. citizen. You have to have met your fiance in person within the last 2 years. No meetings online, in person, okay? You have to be able to support your fiance in the United States. You both need to be free to marry, no major criminal history, no prior illegal activity or entries for your fiance. Now, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but those are the big ones. And so if you meet all of those qualifications, then when you get back to the U.S. from your trip, or if maybe they've come here and visited and they go back home, you file the paperwork for the fiance visa. It starts in the United States. It finishes in their country. The whole process could take, well, as little as 6 months, although historically that may be accurate. Lately it does take a bit longer than that. Probably plan on about a 12 to 18 month process from the time you file here in the US until they have their final interview in their country. They have their interview, it all goes well, they get the visa, come to the United States, you have 90 days to get married. Everybody probably knows this from that television show. It's that 90-day fiance visa, okay? So you come here, 90 days, get married. Once you do that, you can apply for the green card. You apply for the green card, doesn't matter how long it takes to get. Your fiance is good to go in the United States. They don't need to travel home. 6 months to maybe a year or two later, they'll get the green card. In the interim, they'll get a work permit. That makes them legal on the path to citizenship. You guys are good to go. And that's it. That's a fiance visa in a nutshell. It's really a great process, but it is a two-step process. Fiance visa, green card application. The next thing is if you go overseas and get married while you're in their country, or let's say, for example, they're visiting here, you get married here, but they go back home. All right, now a traditional marriage visa is in the cards for you. That's a process that takes a little bit longer. I would generally say 18 to 24 months. It could certainly be faster than that, but at our firm, we don't overpromise you things or sell you hope to get your money. It's not how it works. I'm going to try to tell you straight, and all of the people at the firm, the attorneys and the paralegals, will tell you how it is. It's going to be probably about 18 to 24 months. If it goes faster, great, but at least you'll know from the beginning a reasonable expectation, no overpromising and under-delivering. So in that case, you're already married. You're a U.S. citizen. You're able to support your spouse in the United States. Neither of you has any major criminal history, okay? And no past illegal entries, to keep it simple, okay? So that process does take a little bit longer, but the awesome thing is that when your spouse gets to the United States after their interview, then they automatically become permanent residents, which is awesome. That means a green card, you could work right away, you could travel inside and out of the country without any special permission. They really become kind of part of the fabric of American society from day one, which is super cool. And in the end, because it's only one process, not two, you save a couple bucks doing it. So that's option 2. The final option is the adjustment of status, all right? Now, this is the one that you really got to be careful with, okay? Because this is kind of cutting a corner in some cases, and cutting corners in the wrong cases will get you in trouble, all right? So let me give you 2 examples. Let's say somebody comes over from England, all right, and they're able to travel to the United States for 90 days on a visa waiver program, okay? A week later, you guys get married and file for the green card. All right, that's going to be a problem. It's a problem because this person said, your spouse, said that they're going to come visit the United States and then go home. But they didn't go home. In fact, within a week, they got married. Okay, nobody does that unless they were planning on doing it. And that plan in their mind is visa fraud. They knew in their mind they were going to do it. They had an intent to commit fraud against the U.S. government. That's going to be a problem. Let me tell you, it's going to be a real problem. So don't do that, okay? Now here's another example. Somebody comes here on a student visa to go to university. They've been here for 4 years, they're 22 years old. They've been dating the same person for the last 2-3 years. At the end of college, they want to get married and they don't want to be apart. Well, that's pretty normal. That's kind of the age that people get married. They've been dating for years. This person's been in the country for years legally. Of course, they don't want to be apart, okay? And it's foreseeable to the government that somebody would want to stay with their spouse that they've been with for years legally in the United States. All right, now in that case, you could go to the government and say, hey, look, I'm here legally right now. I've gotten married to a U.S. citizen. I want to stay. Now, through a series of immense paperwork, this is very possible to do, and we help a lot of people do that. Now, most people's cases are in between these 2 extremes, and that's where you want to talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about to see if your case qualifies as the you're going to have trouble or no problem, do the paperwork right, and you're good to go. So look, these are the 3 main ways to immigrate a loved one, a spouse, or a fiance into the United States. We've literally been doing this for 15 years. We have over 10,000 approvals. The last time I tallied up the stats, it was something like a 99% approval rate. So we absolutely know how to help you, at least set you in the right direction. So whether you work with us or not, we have no problem spending some time with somebody and saying, hey, look, this is probably what's best for you. This is the path that you should go on. We're in the business of helping people, and not every time we help somebody has to result in us doing business together. So feel free to give us a call, schedule a consult, drop us an email, send us a text. We'll see if we can do something to help you out, at least set you on the right path. We wish you the best. From Deron Smallcomb here at Modern Law Group, all the best and good luck in your immigration journey.